My girlfriend told me I think too highly of myself, then left me for a rich guy. 29, male. Need to get this off my chest because I'm still processing what just happened. I've been with my girlfriend Cindy, 27, female, for 3 years, and she just ended things in the most brutal way possible. Some background. I'm an electrician apprentice at a small electrical company here in Columbus, Ohio. The pay's decent, not amazing, but I'm not struggling either. For the past year and a half, I've been saving every extra dollar to start my own electrical business. Side jobs, overtime, whatever I could get. I bought tools, got my licenses, started building a client list. My plan was to have my own shop doing residential electrical work, repairs, installations, maintenance, the whole deal. Cindy works as a hostess at Morton's Steakhouse downtown. It's one of those places where the cheapest thing on the menu is like $50. Her job puts her around successful people all day, business owners, doctors, lawyers, the guy who owns half the car dealerships in the city. I never thought much about it until about 6 months ago. That's when things started changing. We'd be out with her friends and suddenly she'd get vague about what I do. Oh, he works in electrical instead of just saying I'm an electrician. One time her friend asked if I own my own company and Cindy jumped in with "not yet, he's still figuring things out" before I could answer. Like I was some kid playing pretend. The comments got worse. I'd come home excited about landing a side job, rewiring someone's garage or installing a new panel, and she'd say things like, "That's nice, honey," in this tone that made it clear she didn't think it was nice at all. When I finally bought a used work truck last month, 2015 Ford F-150, nothing fancy but it's mine and it's paid for, she asked why I was wasting money on a truck when I could be saving for our future. Our future. That's what she called it when she wanted something. But my business, that was me being unrealistic. 3 weeks ago, I worked a double, my regular shift plus a night job installing ceiling fans at a new construction site. I got home at midnight exhausted. She was staying over at my place that night and she was still up when I got back. She asked if this was really what I wanted to do with my life. I said, yeah, I'm building something. She said, you need to be more realistic. Nobody gets rich fixing electrical outlets. I told her it's not about getting rich, it's about being my own boss and doing good work. She just shook her head and said, you don't even see it, do you? You think you're going to be this big success story, but you're just a guy with a truck and some tools. That hurt. But I thought we'd work through it. Last week, everything came crashing down. Cindy had been staying late at work a lot, inventory or helping close or whatever excuse. I didn't think much of it because I trusted her. Then her roommate, she shares an apartment with 2 other girls, called me. Apparently Cindy had been bringing someone home when the roommates weren't there. The roommate came home early one day and saw them. She felt terrible and thought I should know. I confronted Cindy that night. She didn't even try to deny it, just said, yeah, I've been seeing someone. His name is Mark. He's 42 and he owns 4 car dealerships. He knows what he wants in life. I asked how long it had been going on. She said 2 months. 2 months of lying to my face every single day. Then she said the thing that's been replaying in my head nonstop. I can't do this anymore, Simon. I don't want to spend my life with an electrician who thinks he's going to build an empire out of a toolbox. I need to be with someone who knows their worth. You think too highly of yourself considering where you actually are. We broke up that night. She moved in with Mark right the day after, just like that. 3 years together and she was gone in less than a day. I've been a zombie this week. Going to work, coming home to an empty apartment, staring at the ceiling. I don't even know what to feel. Angry, sad, humiliated. The worst part is I keep wondering if she's right. Am I delusional? Is my business idea stupid? Should I have just been happy with my job and not tried for more? I don't know, Reddit. I just needed to write this out. Thanks for listening. Edit, a lot of you are saying I dodged a bullet, and honestly, that's starting to sink in. Also, someone asked what my business plan actually is. It's residential and light commercial electrical work. Ohio has a huge market for it because so many houses here are old and need updated wiring. I've already got 15 regular clients from side jobs. The demand is definitely there. Update 1. Posted 3 months later, "Hey Reddit. I'm the guy whose girlfriend left him for a rich car dealer because I was just an electrician. I wasn't planning to update, but some wild stuff has happened, and I figured you all earned the follow-up since you really helped me through that first week. So those first few days after Cindy left were rough. I'm not gonna lie and act like I was fine. I wasn't. But I still went to work every day, still took the side jobs, still answered my phone when people called about electrical work. Because even though my personal life was in the toilet, I wasn't about to let my business dream die because some girl decided I wasn't good enough. About a week after she left, I did something that felt both terrifying and liberating. I bought the truck. Not the one I mentioned before, I already had that. I bought a second truck, a 2018 Chevy Silverado 2500. It's a work truck, had 60K miles on it, and it was everything I'd been saving for. I had been putting it off because Cindy kept saying we should save for our future, aka her dream wedding. But screw it, right? I had the money, I had the need. I bought the truck. That truck became my mobile office. I got magnetic signs made, Simon's Electrical, residential and commercial licensed and insured with my number. Looked professional as hell. I started parking it at job sites and at my apartment complex. Within 3 days, I got 2 calls from people who saw it. The business started picking up. Nothing crazy, just steady. I was working my regular job during the day and doing side jobs at night and on weekends. It was exhausting, but it felt good. Like I was building something real, you know. Then in week 3, I got a call from this older lady, Mrs. Chen, who lives about 20 minutes from me. Her whole house lost power and she was freaking out because it was going to be 90 degrees that day, and she has a cat. The other electrical companies she called either couldn't come for 3 days or wanted to charge her $500 just for the emergency visit. I went over there on my lunch break. Turned out a squirrel had chewed through some wires in her attic. Fixed it in 45 minutes. When I told her the bill was $120, she almost cried. Said the other places quoted her $800+. Here's where it gets interesting. Mrs. Chen has a grandson who's like 19 and apparently he's into TikTok. The kid filmed me explaining to his grandma what happened and how to prevent it next time. He posted it with a caption like, "This guy fixed my grandma's power for $120 when everyone else wanted $800, faith in humanity restored," or something like that. The video blew up locally, like 400K views in Columbus area alone. My phone started ringing off the hook. People wanting quotes, asking if I did commercial work, requesting estimates. I had to start keeping a spreadsheet just to track all the inquiries. Within 2 weeks, I had so much work I literally couldn't do it all myself. I hired my buddy Bob, who's also an electrician but was sick of his boss. Then I hired another guy, Alex, who was working for this company that was treating him like garbage. Fast forward to now, 3 months since Cindy left, and Simon's Electrical is a real thing. Like an actual registered LLC with 3 employees, including me. A schedule booked out 3 weeks, and we just landed a contract to do all the electrical maintenance for 2 apartment complexes in Dublin. My income has tripled. I'm not rich by any means, but I'm making more than I ever did as just an apprentice, and the trajectory is insane. I moved into a better apartment last week. My workshop is my second bedroom now, full of tools and supplies. I'm not gonna lie, there are moments when I think about Cindy. Wonder if she knows how things worked out. Wonder if she regrets it. But mostly, I'm just grateful. If she hadn't left, I probably would have kept putting off my business. Kept playing it safe. Kept making myself smaller to make her feel bigger. Now for the part you're all probably curious about. Yes, I know what happened with Cindy and Mark. Mutual friends filled me in even though I didn't ask. Apparently, Mark got tired of her after about 8 months. Rumors vary, but the consistent story is that she didn't fit his lifestyle, and she wasn't invited to important events with his business partners. He moved on to dating another hostess from the same restaurant. Cindy moved back in with her parents. I don't feel good about that, but I don't feel bad either. It's just information. Oh, and remember how she said I think too highly of myself considering where I actually am. Bob made that into a joke slogan for our company. We have a whiteboard in the workshop that says Simon's Electrical, thinking too highly of ourselves since 2023. Makes me laugh every time I see it. So yeah, life is weird. 3 months ago, I was in the worst place I'd ever been. Now I'm running a business that's actually succeeding, living in a better place, hanging out with people who respect what I do. To everyone who commented on my original post telling me to keep going, you were right. Thank you. Edit. Someone asked if I'm dating anyone. No, not yet. Honestly, haven't even thought about it. Too focused on the business and getting my life sorted out. Maybe eventually. Update 2. Posted 2 years, 1 month after original post. Long time, Reddit. I know it's been a while. Life got busy in a good way. But something happened last weekend that made me think of you all and figure you'd earned the closure update. First, quick status check on where things are now. Simon's Electrical is up to 7 employees. We moved from my apartment workshop into an actual commercial space about a year ago, 1,200 square feet with a shop, office area, and parking for all our trucks. We've got contracts with 4 apartment complexes now. We do commercial work for 3 different property management companies, and residential is still going strong. Revenue last year was just over $900K. After expenses and payroll, I'm taking home about $150K, which is freaking insane compared to the $45K I was making as an apprentice. I bought a house 6 months ago. Nothing fancy, 3-bedroom ranch in Hilliard, but it's mine. I'm dating someone. Life is good. Like genuinely, surprisingly good. Okay, so last Saturday, my buddy from trade school, Carlos, opened a Tesla showroom. Big deal for him. He started as a mechanic and now owns a dealership. He invited me to the grand opening event. Free food, open bar, checking out the cars, supporting a friend. Why not? I showed up around 7 p.m. Wore actual nice clothes, dark jeans, button-down shirt, sport coat. Cleaned up pretty well if I do say so myself. I drove my new truck, 2024 Silverado, crew cab loaded. It's my daily driver now, and yeah, I'm proud of it. The event was packed. Carlos introduced me to a bunch of people, told them how I wired his entire showroom, which I did. It was a sweet contract. People were asking about my business, handing me cards, talking about projects. I was in my element. Then I see the bartender, and I realized it's Cindy. She was wearing all black, serving drinks at one of the 3 bars they'd set up. I almost didn't recognize her. She's thinner, looks tired. Hair's different, but it was definitely her. She saw me at the same time. I watched her face go through about 5 different emotions in 2 seconds. Shock, confusion, something that might have been shame. Then she put on a smile and looked back down at the drinks she was pouring. I wasn't planning to talk to her. I was there for Carlos, not to dredge up old drama. But as I was getting another drink about an hour later, I ended up at her bar. There wasn't really a way to avoid it without being obvious. Simon, she said, not a question, just my name. Cindy, hey. Awkward silence while she poured my whiskey. Her hands were shaking a little. You look good, she said, really good. Thanks, you too. A lie, but what else do you say? I heard about your business, saw some stuff on Facebook. Of course she did. I post occasionally. I didn't block her when we broke up. Didn't see the point. Yeah, it's going well, I said. She glanced around, making sure her manager wasn't watching. Can we talk after this? I get off at 10. I should have said no, but I was curious, so I said maybe. I'll see if I'm still here. I stayed. Don't ask me why. Maybe I wanted to hear what she had to say. Maybe I wanted her to see what she'd walked away from. Maybe I'm an idiot, probably that last one. At 10:15, she found me outside near my truck. I was talking to a potential client about rewiring his restaurant, so she hung back. When we finished and the guy left, she walked over. Is that your truck? She asked. Yeah, it's nice, really nice. It does the job. She looked down. Simon, I owe you an apology for how things ended, for what I said to you. I was so wrong. I'd imagined this moment 100 times in the first 6 months after we broke up. What I'd say, how I'd feel, whether I'd be angry or smug or indifferent. But standing there, actually hearing her apologize, I just felt tired. Okay, I said. Apology noted. That's it. What do you want me to say, Cindy? She looked like she might cry. I don't know, everything fell apart after Mark. I thought I was trading up, but I was just trading one thing for another. He didn't actually care about me. He just wanted someone pretty on his arm for events. When I wasn't useful anymore, he dropped me. I'm sorry that happened to you. Are you? Yeah, actually, I am. She looked surprised. I've been working these catering jobs for almost a year now. Bartending, serving, whatever pays. I've got credit card debt that's eating me alive. I'm living with 2 roommates in a shit apartment in Franklinton. My car's breaking down, everything's just, she gestured vaguely, everything's hard. I'm sorry, I said again, and I meant it. Not in a good, you deserve it way, just in a that sucks and I wouldn't wish it on anyone way. I miss what we had, she said quietly. I miss having someone who actually gave a damn about me, someone who was a good person. That's when alarm bells started going off in my head. This wasn't just an apology, this was a pitch. Cindy, just hear me out. I know I messed up, I know I hurt you, but we were good together once, weren't we? And you're doing so well now and I'm happy for you, I really am. Maybe we could just talk, get coffee sometime. I don't think that's a good idea. Please, Simon, I'm not asking for us to get back together, I need someone to talk to, someone who knew me before everything went wrong. I was about to respond when my phone buzzed. Text from Stella. Hope the event is going well. I'm home now, so don't keep me waiting too long, okay? Love you, Stella, my girlfriend of 8 months. Stella, who's an HVAC technician and runs her own company. Stella, who gets excited when I talk about work because she actually understands what I do. Stella, who doesn't care that I sometimes come home covered in drywall dust. Stella, who's smart and funny and kind and sees me as an equal. I showed Cindy my phone screen not to be cruel, just to make the point clear. I'm seeing someone, I said. I'm happy. I hope you find happiness too, but I'm not the person who can give it to you. Cindy's face crumpled. Of course you are. Of course you found someone. You always land on your feet. That's not true, and you know it. You saw me at my lowest. You were there when I was struggling. The difference is I kept working. I kept showing up. I didn't wait for someone to save me. So this is my fault. Everything that happened to me is my fault. I didn't say that, but you made choices, Cindy. So did I. We're living with those choices. I started to get in my truck. She grabbed my arm. Wait, can I at least have your number? Just to talk sometimes. I looked at her hand on my arm. She let go. I don't think that's a good idea, I said. But I genuinely hope things get better for you. Take care of yourself, Cindy. I drove home to Stella, told her what happened. She listened, gave me a hug, said that must have been hard, and then made me some late-night snack. That's it. That's the update. No dramatic confrontation. No big revenge moment. Just a sad conversation in a parking lot and the realization that sometimes the best revenge is just living well. Edit. Someone asked about Stella. We met at a Home Depot about 8 months ago. We were both looking at the same drill set and started talking shop. She asked me out first. Best decision I ever made was saying yes. Final update. Posted 5 days later. Alright Reddit, this is the last chapter. Promise. So a few days after that Tesla showroom encounter, Cindy texted me. Yes, she somehow got my number. I'm 90% sure she asked Carlos for it. He swears he didn't give it to her, but she probably worked her magic somehow. She was always good at getting information out of people. The text came in Tuesday morning while I was at a job site. Please, Simon, give me 1 hour just to talk. I need closure. The diner we used to go to, Thursday at noon. Stella saw me reading it. She asked. Yeah, she wants to meet. You going to? I thought about it. I think I need to, just to make it crystal clear that door is closed. Stella nodded. Want me to come? I'll sit at another table and glare at her the whole time. I laughed. No, but I appreciate the offer. I'll be fine. So Thursday at noon, I drove to Miller's Diner. It's this hole-in-the-wall place, Cindy, and I used to eat it probably twice a week when we were together. Cheap, good food, and they know how to make a proper breakfast any time of day. I hadn't been back since the breakup. Walking in felt weird, like stepping into a memory. Same cracked red vinyl booths. Same smell of coffee and bacon grease. Same bored waitress who'd probably been working there since 1987. Cindy was already there in our old booth in the back corner. She dressed up. Nice jeans, blouse, makeup done, hair styled. She was trying. I slid into the booth across from her. Hey, thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would. Almost didn't. The waitress came over. We both ordered coffee. Cindy ordered a salad. I ordered the patty melt because screw it, I was hungry. You still get that here, Cindy said with a small smile. You always ordered the patty melt. Still good, I said. Awkward silence. I let it sit. She asked for this meeting, she could start the conversation. I've been thinking a lot since Saturday, she finally said. About us, about what I threw away. Simon, I made a mistake, the biggest mistake of my life. Okay. I'm not just saying that, I mean it. I was shallow and stupid and I got dazzled by money and status and I lost sight of what actually matters. Which is a good man, someone who treats me well, someone who has integrity and works hard and actually gives a damn. Our coffee arrived. I took a sip. It was shit coffee, same as it always was. Cindy, why did you want to meet? Because I think we could try again. I know it sounds crazy, but it doesn't sound crazy. It sounds desperate, she flinched. That's not fair, isn't it? You ran into me at an event where I was clearly doing well. Suddenly you want to talk, you miss me, you made a mistake. But here's the question, if I was still that struggling apprentice, would you be sitting here? She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. That's not a fair question. It's a completely fair question. You left me because I wasn't successful enough for you. Now I'm successful and you want back in. That's not love, Cindy, that's opportunism. People make mistakes, Simon, but we had 3 years together. Don't I deserve a second chance? Maybe you do, but not with me. Her eyes got shiny with tears. Why not? We were good together once. Were we? Because I remember being with someone who was ashamed of what I did for a living. Someone who made me feel small every time I talked about my dreams. Someone who left me for a guy with more money and then came crawling back when that didn't work out. I've changed. Have you? Or are you just in a bad spot and looking for a life preserver? The food came. My patty melt looked perfect. Cindy didn't touch her salad. She wiped her eyes. So that's it. You've completely moved on. You feel nothing. I thought about that. Really thought about it. I don't hate you if that's what you're asking. I don't wish bad things for you, but I also don't have any desire to be in your life. You're a chapter that's closed. But I'm trying to tell you that I see you now, the real you, and I'm impressed. You built something amazing. And there it was, the thing I needed her to hear. Here's what you don't get, Cindy. You say you see me now, but you're not seeing me. You're seeing my success. You're seeing the business and the trucks and the house and thinking, oh, I was wrong about him. But I'm the same person I was 2 years ago, same guy with the same dreams and the same work ethic. The only thing that changed is external circumstances. I didn't become a different person. I just became a successful version of who I always was. I took a bite of my patty melt, gave her a moment to process. The question isn't whether you see me now. The question is, do you want me or do you want the version of me I had to become after you left? She stared at me, didn't answer, because we both knew the answer. I pulled out my wallet and put cash on the table, enough to cover both meals and a decent tip, stood up. I hope you figure out what you actually want in life, Cindy. I hope you find someone who makes you happy and who you can actually appreciate for who they are, not what they have. But that person isn't me, not anymore. Simon, please take care of yourself. I walked out, got in my truck, drove back to the job site where Alex was waiting with questions about a tricky wiring situation. Spent the rest of the day doing what I love, solving problems, building things, making customers happy. That night Stella came over with Thai food and we watched some dumb action movie on the couch. Perfect evening. And that's where I'm leaving this story, because there's really nothing else to say. Cindy texted a few more times over the next couple days. I didn't respond. She eventually stopped. I heard through mutual friends that she's moving to Indianapolis to live with a cousin and start over. I hope that works out for her. Really. As for me, business is booming. We're hiring 2 more electricians next month. Signed a contract this week to wire 3 new apartment buildings that are going up in Dublin. Bought Stella a nice birthday present, a new multimeter set she'd been eyeing. She actually got excited about it, which is how I know I found the right person. Life's good. Really good. Not because I got revenge or showed anyone up. Just because I kept my head down, did the work, and built something real. Thanks, Reddit. You helped me through the worst time in my life. I won't forget that.